Hello, fellow YouTubers and wrestling fans. Sorry for the long delay. Here's my third video for my channel. It's the entire TLC rundown and rant. And later on today, I hope to get the Vince Russo follow-up that I promised, because it's one of my personal favorites. So here it goes. Leading into TLC is probably one of the most weirdest times for WWE, because Vince McMahon and his infinite wisdom believe that what he's been putting on television for a product has been worth a damn, when in actuality it hasn't, because it's been real stagnant, it's been real boring. Well, it hasn't really been as interesting as I thought. There have been a few interesting things that I liked, like the Dudley Boys and taking on the Wyatt family, and then them bringing in Tommy Dreamer and Rhino for Team ECW. I thought that was pretty much one of the coolest things that I've ever seen in my life, because ECW to me, like I had stated before, was one of my all-time favorite groups. And it was pretty much set. It was an 8-man elimination match set up for TLC. The Wyatt family taking on Team ECW, which consisted of the Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino. And then, of course, you had Sheamus and Roman Reigns and the fallout from Survivor Series. But what was the most stupidest and weirdest thing that was ever is that he forms this group called the League of Nations. Really? Really, Vince? Why do you want to put Sheamus in a group that's a piece of shit? I mean, you're putting King Barrett / Wade Barrett in a group that you're going to kill anyway. You put him in the Nexus. You kill that by putting him with CM Punk, although I'm a fan of CM Punk. Then you want to try to rectify the problem because your son-in-law didn't like it. So what does he do? He puts him in the core, and then you kill that single-handedly too, and then you're killing his character with this King Barrett shit. So they make Sheamus form the League of Nations, and then Roman Reigns has his little group with Dean Ambrose and the Usos, which also has the Usos going to be, like I had stated before, challenging the New Day. And speaking of the piece of shit New Day, apparently Vince McMahon must have saw my video, must have caught on to something, because when I had mentioned that he thinks in his infinite wisdom that the New Day spending and wasting time on Raw and whatever show they're on with 10-minute promos was awesome. He's a fucking moron, because he does that now. That's all I see is a New Day this, New Day that, and whatever. He must think that what I say is crap. But see, that's his scheme of things, because he doesn't think anything is worth a damn unless it involves John fuck Cena. And more on that later on a future rant, because I know some backstage shit about Vince McMahon, about how he deals with talent that would not even surprise most wrestling fans, about how he feels about his real talent when he has real stars. So, to get to the TLC rant, we have the kickoff show. Since I messed up last time and I feel real bad about it, hoping I don't this time, the kickoff show had Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks, the Boss, in a knockdown drag-out match. It was pretty decent. Though the match was, but Sasha Banks won when Naomi interfered and kicked Becky Lynch in the face after she had Sasha Banks in the disarmor. So Sasha Banks wins the kickoff show. Then we go on to the first match, which is the triple threat tag team match, triple threat tag ladder match for the World Tag Team titles, consisting of the stupid New Day, the Lucha Dragons, and the Usos. Now, this was a predicted match because I knew exactly what was going to happen in this match. Now, was this ladder match good? Yes. But it's going to be a recurring pattern of stuff that goes on with this pay-per-view that is a stagnant thing. It was predictable from the start. But it was a hell of a ladder match. And probably one of the best things about that was there was a lot of high spots, and there was a lot of greatness, especially when Kalisto did the Serena del Sol to one of the Uso brothers off the top of the ladder. That was awesome. That was absolutely cool. That was amazing. But, of course, Kalisto's about to climb the ladder, and Xavier Woods, who was on commentary because he was a pussy and didn't want to get in the match, throws his stupid-ass trombone or trumpet or whatever on the back of Kalisto, knocking him off the ladder, causing Kofi Kingston to climb the ladder and grab the belts. Therefore, still, your stupid WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day. Vince. Really? You honestly think that that's funny? That that's entertaining? You've had a shitty tag team for hold them belts for 110 days. You make the Dudley Boys job to those son of a bitches. Then you constantly don't put Xavier Woods in matches, and you repeatedly and continually let him fucking blow that damn trumpet or trombone or whatever the fuck it is. Because I swear to God, if I was on the commentary team, the first time he blew that trumpet, I'd have super kicked his head off. And I'd have made sure he stayed there. Because he says, oh my God, wait a minute, no disqualification. He's a fucking cheater. They can't win their matches clean. Never have, never will. But the New Day retains. Match number 2 consisted of the Bulgarian Brute Rusev, accompanied by his now real-life fiancée, the ravishing Russian Lana, taking on Ryback. Now, I thought this match was going to be real good, but it wasn't. It was mediocre at best. It could have been so much better. And it felt stagnant. It didn't feel like it needed to be. But, again, Lana distracts Ryback into the match repeatedly. Ryback tries to go for the shell shock. Rusev reverses it. He puts him in the accolade. And making Ryback look weak, Rusev wins. So, you winner of that match, Rusev. Then we move on to the 8-man elimination match. Elimination tag team match. With the Wyatt family taking on Team ECW with Tommy Dreamer and Rhino and the Dudley Boys. And an 8-man elimination tables match. And the winner, and which I thought was really cool and intriguing, because normal table matches, you put one person through the table, the match is over. But you had to eliminate every single member. Well, it started off real good. Eric Rowan gets eliminated. It's 4-on-3 Team ECW. But then I gradually see exactly what I knew was going to happen. And that was Vince McMahon, in his infinite wisdom, systematically had the Wyatt family dismantle Team ECW. Making the Dudley Boys look like a bunch of jobbing bitches. Yeah, I have a friend of mine that my brother-in-law, gives me shit over how they make Chris Jericho look stupid because every time he comes back, he gets a job too. Well, now I know how he feels on that aspect, because they constantly and repeatedly make anybody that they brought in or was worth a damn look weak to anybody Vince deems he doesn't want on top anymore. Vince, you stupid dumbass, you need to understand. Your fucking guys that made you money in the beginning is what's going to make you money in the long run. But again, if they're not John Cena or anybody that you like or anybody you don't think is going to be worth a damn now or anything, you crush. You destroy and you job and you make them lose. Which I will get to that later on here, ladies and gentlemen. But the Wyatt family win after they only got one member eliminated. The other 3 systematically eliminated the other 4. So the Wyatt family won their tables match. Then we move on to the Intercontinental Championship match between the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, and Mr. Wrestling himself, Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. Now, this match here was probably one of my all-time favorites because I knew what it was going to be. It was going to be a great wrestling match. And it was. The match was good. The match was great. But certain things in that match, again, nullified it and pissed me off. To make me want to hate the pay-per-view. Because that, again, was another predictable match. Because here we are again, in the same way at Survivor Series. But see, Vince, you think I'm stupid. You think me or any of these wrestling fans that ever watch my videos think we're stupid. You made Dean Ambrose hit the dirty deeds on him. Now he reaches the ropes with 2 fingers, which breaks the pin. Any part of the hand or any part of the foot that reaches the ropes, you break the count because it was a normal match. You think that would make up for what you did at Survivor Series? No! You stupid ass dumb shit. What do? Just when he's about to hit the pop-up powerbomb again, little pretty boy Ambrose reverses it into a Hurricane Rana and hooks his legs 1, 2, and fucking 3, and your new Intercontinental Champion is Dean Ambrose. You once again make Kevin Owens look weak by not letting him hit the fucking pop-up powerbomb because you fucking know that when he hits it, he's done. What Owens needs to do is break your fucking rule and just package power drive everybody. Just like he did in Ring of Honor. Because that move would have been rendered his fucking ass useless and done. But no, Vince, you want to stand there and gradually kill anything that Kevin Owens has because he's a friend of Triple H. Because you don't see him in a title match. Because I wanted to see if he could legitimately go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania like it was rumored. But again, you don't think so because you're a fucking pussy. Because I already know what your fucking game is. And I will get to that later on here towards the end of my rant and towards the end of my reaction. But on to the Divas title match. That was between Charlotte and Paige. And Charlotte was accompanied by the only 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, her father. And leading into this, Paige and Charlotte, of course, continue their rivalry from Survivor Series due to the controversy, like I knew was going to happen, from their match last month at Survivor Series when her arms was underneath the ropes, when she had the figure 8. Legitimate argument. I didn't argue. I knew that was probably going to happen. But when Charlotte and Becky Lynch had a friendly one-on-one match like they did in NXT, Charlotte started showing signs of what it is to be a Flair. She started to cheat a little bit. Now, was I angry about that? No, not really. Because Ric Flair is considered the greatest wrestler that ever lived, that ever laced up a pair of boots, and yet he is known for a lot of his careers for cheating when he was in the Horsemen. And Becky was standing there like, what are you doing? And Charlotte said, listen to me, Becky. Never trust a Flair. Just ask anybody who's ever been in the ring with your father. More importantly, why don't you go ask Sting what happens when you trust a Flair? I can't tell you how many times he screwed my emotions over by attacking Sting. Never trust a Flair. And that's one of the things I like because everybody's standing there and is amazed at Charlotte's actions. People, her father is known as the dirtiest player in the game. And when she was in NXT, she was the dirtiest diva in the game. They're starting to bring her traits over to the WWE main roster. It's freaking brilliant. You all need to open your eyes and see that. But it was a pretty decent match. All in all, Charlotte wins the match by ramming Paige's face on the middle turnbuckle that was exposed due to her dad taking the turnbuckle pad off. She pins Paige 1, 2, 3. You're still your Divas champion, Charlotte. Which, by the way, I thought it was funny because I'm reliving what Ric Flair used to do. Except I still like Charlotte and I also love Paige. Then we move back on a little bit to a match that I had missed about, but we go to a chairs match for the United States Championship. You got the All-American Jack Swagger, we the people, against that stupid fag Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship. Now, going into this match, it was a little unique because Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett, as I stated earlier, or if I missed, joined the League of Nations with Sheamus. They were part of the feud. And one of the consequences of that is that Alberto Del Rio dropped Zeb Coulter as his manager. So Alberto is now just pledged his allegiance to the League of Nations, which I still think is the stupidest fucking faction that has ever been created because it makes no fucking sense whatsoever at all, because I know it's going to be a group that's going to be killed, and it's just fucking dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't, Sheamus don't need to be in a faction. He wants to be a pretty boy, he wants to be in a faction, stay with the Authority like he should have been, you ass. But more on that later. When it pertains to that match, it was a chairs match between Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio for the title. The match was all in all pretty, it was alright. It could have been better. There was a lot of good high spots in the match, but it should have been so much better than what it should have been. But in the end, Alberto puts Jack Swagger's legs over the ropes and then stomps him down on top of when his back hits the chairs, on a stack of chairs. 1, 2, 3, he pins Jack Swagger. He is still the United States champion, which I thought was utterly dumb anyway. That match was, that was another stupid thing that I fucking seen. Because by this point in time, I was already getting bored and it was ridiculous. Because it went from a great fucking pay-per-view like Hell in a Cell to another good event in Survivor Series, and it's gone downhill since then. Because Vince don't know how to write. I wonder why before that the product was doing so good. We'll never know, truly, will we, wrestling fans? Little shout out and little thing to somebody that I know that knows the truth. But down to the main event. And it's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Roman Reigns versus that piece of shit Sheamus for the WWE Championship. Now, because like I had said, by this point I was already pissed off and I was already bored because of what happened to Kevin Owens and what happened in the triple threat match and what happened in the fucking 8-man elimination match, because it was utterly dumb out of all of them losing. And this match was I thought was really, really good. It surprised me because it was that they started to show a little bit difference in Roman that I've not seen. Which, you know, because like I said, people are starting to paint him as a second version of John Cena. I'm hoping that doesn't happen at this point, because I still like Roman Reigns, because like I said, his days in the Shield I really liked, even though I did not like the Shield. But I've already stated this. So going into this match was good, had a lot of good high spots, a lot of phenomenal matches. Well, as Sheamus is about to ascend the ladder, Roman Reigns comes out of nowhere with the Superman punch, knocks him off the ladder, and he is about to ascend the ladder and climb it. He is inches away from grabbing the championship, and his stupid-ass League of Nations people, which is Alberto Del Rio and Rusev, interfere in the match, like I knew they fucking would, because Sheamus is a bitch, and they hold off Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns Superman punches both men. He's about to climb the ladder. He gets bro-kicked by Sheamus out of the ring. And that chain reaction is when Sheamus is about to climb the ladder, he looks in amazement because Roman's about to climb, but he grabs the championship and retains it. So you're still your WWE champion due to interference and being a pussy is Sheamus. I mean, Jesus Christ, Vince. I mean, are you literally so stupid that you literally want to continually screw your wrestling fans? Because I'm sitting there wondering, what else of stupid shit can you fucking do? Because, let's see, you make a match so brutal like the 8-man elimination match, which was brutal and it was extreme, but you make those 4 guys job to the Wyatt family, although there wouldn't have been a problem with it if you already hadn't made the Dudley Boys job already. They've been jobbing since they returned. Ever since they got the New Day and you put them in there in that match with the Wyatt family, you jobbed them. It would have been a little bit different if they had a little bit of an advantage. I like the Wyatt family personally, but that's still crap. And what do? You continually keep the New Day champions, which is fucking useless, because they're stupid. That's why we chant New Day sucks. Get that through your fucking head. They're all stupid. You killed Kofi Kingston, which there ain't no recovery from that. You made Big E Langston even bigger shit than what he was. You made Xavier Woods, even though who was shit to begin with, and is a thief, from stealing somebody's theme song. to even be worse, blowing some fucking trombone and making different hairstyles. We don't give a shit. We want to see them get their ass fucking beat. They need a beating. Somebody needs to take that trombone and shove it up Xavier Woods' ass. And shut him the fuck up. He needs to wrestle. And you want to know why he probably don't? Because he fucking can anyway. The New Day fucking bores me, Vince. Bores me so bad that where I either want to A, take a piss, get something to drink, or change the damn channel while they repeatedly rant for 15 fucking minutes. And waste time on Raw. And SmackDown, might add. And the fact that you don't want to make John Cena return. Oh my God, Vince. You think I'm stupid and you think everybody else in their mindset is stupid because I already know what your stupid plan is. You're going to put that Fruity Pebble bitch in the Royal Rumble and you're going to make him a 3-time winner. A record that is held by Stone Cold Steve Austin. A real wrestler, a real brawler, a real supposed entertainer. He is the man that single-handedly led your Attitude Era. A man who earned that right to be a 3-time Royal Rumble winner. You hand him everything, and I got definitive proof that you hand him everything. I know some shit about you that you probably don't even know, Vince. And trust me, if I could expose it, I fucking would. Because you're just like Vince Russo. You're a piece of shit. Somebody had a good idea for a WrestleMania match, and because it wasn't John Cena, or wasn't the way that you wanted, you said, oh, that'll never work. Fuck you, Vince. You wouldn't know what would work if it slapped you in the fucking face. So, I really hope that you enjoy the Royal Rumble, because I know I won't, because he didn't return tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. John Cena didn't return. Little Fruity Pebble bitch decided not to show up. Either he's not ready to return from his little vacation, or Nikki Bella is not back yet, or he's grooming himself to win the Royal Rumble so he could try to tie that record. I've already stated, Cena, don't try to attempt to tie that record. Because you will not like the end results of what will happen. Because, damn it, if I could, I would make sure that you would never, ever, on your fucking life, ever attempt to tie that record. I don't care if Ric Flair respects you. I know the true Ric Flair. Because he's a man's man. He epitomized what it was to be a world champion. He never had anything handed to him. And everybody will still debate me on that last reign, but even the hardcore WCW fans, like I said, know that he was handed it because of Vince Russo. But if you want to go there, fine. At least all of his other reigns he had, he was never handed a damn thing. He earned every single bit of what he got. Every title reign you've had, and it doesn't matter if it's World Championship or United States or whatever, was handed to your ass. With the exception of your first WWE Championship reign. You earned that. I'll give you that, but the other fucking 14 you got, you was handed to your ass. And going back to what happened at the end of Survivor Series, when Roman Reigns got screwed, he goes and he beats up all 3 members of the League of Nations with the steel chair. I mean, he just turns into something that I've been wanting to see out of his ass. It was reminiscent of what he was almost 2 years ago. When he entered the Royal Rumble in 2014 and he got eliminated. It's what he was last year. And I started to notice the fans cheering that. They've been booing Roman for a long time because he started to grow stale and stagnant. And he was starting to become Cena. When he attacked them, they cheered. But a twist happened again. Triple H comes down there, baldy in a cheap suit, or the bald ass in a cheap suit, comes down there and tells Roman Reigns he needs to stop. What are you doing? Well, Roman Reigns responds with the Superman punch and proceeds to beat that bald ass from pillar to post with that steel chair. And the more he beat his ass, the more they cheered, the louder they got. I haven't heard louder cheers for Roman Reigns like that in a long fucking time. I was seeing reminiscent of what he was in the Shield. It was beautiful. That bald ass in a cheap suit got what was coming to him. It was about fucking time that somebody called him on his fucking bullshit. He got tired of being fucked over and got tired of being screwed. He proceeds to beat that ass. And when he powerbombs Triple H on the table, it don't break. So he goes to the other table and he elbows him through it. Leaves that ass laying. And just when you think he's done, when he stops, he turns around and does it again, and he spears him so hard that that his head bounces off of the floor. And when he was running to go do that, the fans cheered even louder. They were cheering. They blew the roof off when that happened. And Triple H got carried off in an ambulance. Oh, what, Triple H? You gonna go home and cry? Because I know what your game's gonna be. You're gonna take the pussy way out and fire his ass. What you need to do is take this ass whooping, go tell your wife to hand over your balls, to put them back in your fucking pants, go into your closet, grab your blue jeans, grab your t-shirt, grab your leather jacket, get in the ring, and you beat his ass. Gain vengeance the way the cerebral assassin would. You were born and bred to wrestle, not led the front office. I know that WWE probably won't survive if you wrestle full time. The fact is, I'm tired of seeing you being a cheap-ass imitation of Vince McMahon. You're a bald ass in a cheap suit, and I'm going to repeatedly refer to you as that until you grow up and be a man. Be the man that you should have been that made you win 13 world titles. Grow your setback. Stop having your fucking wife hold your balls for you, Triple H. Because I can't call you Hunter no more. Because you haven't earned that right whenever you're in the authority character. But when it pertains to your office job outside of the authority, I will call you Hunter because that's the respect I show you. And all you wrestling fans out there, wonder why I deviated a little bit right after the end of that match? Because I wanted the John Cena thing to come out a little quicker. So I can get to the point of what I was going to say. Because John Cena did not return tonight like I thought he would. I'm not always right on my predictions. You will get to know that soon enough. But I just thought because of what happened at Survivor Series that they were going to let him return. But I already knew. Because I stated that he was either going to be back before the Royal Rumble or he's going to be in the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant. So, Vince, I really hope you're fucking happy. Because I know you're probably sitting up there in your little Stamford, Connecticut office, gloating, laughing, thinking you pulled one over on the wrestling fans. You didn't pull nothing over, Vince. We've been on to your game for years. You're just pissed off because your son-in-law makes NXT 100 times better than your fucking product on Raw and SmackDown combined. So what you do is, when they come to the main roster, come to your backyard, you gradually start to kill them. See, because when Charlotte started getting more and more boos because the Divas Revolution didn't work, she adapted. She reverted to make people boo her. Which was, she becomes what her father was. The dirtiest diva in the game. Or the dirtiest player in the game. You cheat. Because, like I said, you believe only Daniel fuck Bryan and John fuck Cena are the only two people that you need to put your fucking money on. The fact you stand there and think that Kevin Owens can't go toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar means that you're a delusional fuckhead. Or thinking Dean Ambrose can't fight John Cena at WrestleMania and win. That makes you fucking stupid. Because you said it won't work. Vince, after what I've seen tonight, even though I don't like Dean Ambrose has about a bigger fan following as Cesaro does. And John Cena gets booed everywhere he fucking goes. When are you going to wake the fuck up and realize that your golden boy is a piece of garbage? That his little C-Nation crap is bullshit. That it's a fluke. Nobody believes it because it's a fraud. The Rock exposed that at 28, and then you try to cover it by making him lose at 29. I'm a member of the Team Bring It movement and the Team Bring It. We know the truth. We know that you were just burying The Rock for last year, for the year before. We wasn't stupid. We knew your game. We don't ever count 29. That never happened. Because what mattered was the first one. When John Cena got laid on his ass with that rock bottom. But see, I know this was supposed to be a TLC rant, but I wanted to deviate a little bit and go on to my personal rant since I wasn't able to do my third video as promised sooner than I should have because I got real busy. I do a lot of other stuff. I live on my own, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in and out all the time. I do a lot of stuff, help out friends, family. or whatever. I don't have the time. I have the time now because I just woke up and, you know, from my sleep that I had, wanted to make this video for you all. So you all think that I'm still here. Hollywood Eric is still here. I apologize again for the prolonged third video. Later on this afternoon, if I can, I will post a follow-up to the Vince Russo rant that I had, because the reason why I've been prolonging that is because I'm doing as much research as I can and as much information as I can to try to get more info on that lying bastard. I don't want to be wrong or be inaccurate on anything I say. I want to make sure that I'm right on this, because I actually have watched Wrestle Talk TV on more than one occasion already on that interview that I stated, and I will bring up more of his fucking lies about how he went from being that kind of liar to still being one and trying to change his ways, but not changing, really not so much, because he's just like Mr. Man. He's a wolf. He's a wolf in sheep's skin. He wants you to believe he's right. He's changed a little bit on his philosophy, but he really doesn't. And I humbly apologize to you YouTubers out there, and to the 3 subscribers that I have out there, and to the people that do view my videos. I do appreciate the views. I really, really do. I'm hoping that down the road, when I post more and more up, and I do it, try to figure this out, because I do this through my cell phone, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, you know, I don't have a computer really to try to do this, but I try to do it the best that I can. But the people that see my views and the subscribers I got, I really appreciate you, the views and the people and the people and the subscribers that I have at this moment for me starting out. I really do appreciate that, and I hope that this rant doesn't offend anybody, but if it does, I apologize. But this is a personal rant to me from about the TLC pay-per-view and how I feel about the wrestling industry, about what Vince has done and with John Cena in general. How did I feel? All in all, tonight's pay-per-view was not very good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be honest, it sucked. There was only a few matches that I liked, but like I said, the predictability and how it ended basically nullified me on a lot of the bullshit. Like, I love the 8-man elimination match because of how brutal and how extreme it was. But the ending basically pissed me off, because I started to see the pattern when the first 2 got eliminated. I already knew what was going to happen. And the Kevin Owens-Dean Ambrose match, that was great. But like I said, the repetitiveness of him fucking losing, not hitting a pop-up powerbomb, just pissed me the fuck off. You're making him look stupid, Vince. Fucking stupid. That nullified me on that. They made Ryback look totally gay, losing to the Accolade to fucking Rusev. Because all of a sudden now, Vince, you want to try to revert him to where he was when he was undefeated. That ship has sailed, Vince. You can still make him brutal, but you made him look like a joke for so damn long. What the fuck's the point? What are you going to do, make Ryback your new punching bag now again? Just when you get this man back to where he should have been, when the fans welcomed him back after he was turned into a joke by tagging with Curtis Axel and that Ryback tag team? Come on. And then you stuck him with the Lucha Dragons for a brief period. Thank God you ended that. Because like I stated in the last video, that's totally stupid. But it just, and then now you're killing Kevin Owens. I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling of it, Vince, because here you go. His first match, he gets John Cena. And I knew what you were going to do, because I literally turned to my friends and I said, Vince McMahon is in his office throwing a bitch fit because his little bitch boy who sucks his dick and rubs his balls on a daily basis just lost a match cleanly. Something you don't want Cena to do, because it's a crime of the century. Fuck you. Kevin Owens has more wrestling ability, more skill, more mic skills, and more charisma than John Cena has in his pinky finger. You dumb shit. But what do you do after that? Oh, that's right. You let him lose the next pay-per-view. Then, in the rubber match, you let him lose again when the title's on the line. You kill the momentum, Vince. Then what does Triple H do? He builds him back up to where he still wins cleanly, Vince. He has yet to cheat. Yet to cheat. He does heelish tactics by sneak attacking people and running his mouth. But in matches where it matters, he proves that he is a fucking prize fighter. He does not cheat. He wins decisively. Decisively. So your son-in-law builds him back up to be the Intercontinental Champion. And I already predicted what was going to happen. The moment I knew Ambrose beat him clean and he didn't get one pop-up powerbomb, and then Ambrose got the #1 contendership not 2 weeks later, you already sealed the deal for me, Vince. But I always think by some miracle of God, a miracle happens and they can somehow win. That my predictions of predicting wrestling can be wrong. Because I remember the days where your product and WCW's weren't predictable. Where you could actually turn the television on and watch wrestling. Not what you refer to as sports entertainment, because that's not what it is, you guys. It's not. Sports entertainment is what you think wrestling is. It's professional wrestling. So, I'm running a little bit longer on this rant again, and I apologize. But it just agitates me, Vince, that the state of your company right now is utter crap. It's like I'm watching WCW back in its dying days with Vince Russo running it. When he believed he was the freaking greatest thing going today. And trust me, the next rant that I do will be on that. Will be a follow-up on that, and I'm going to divulge more into Vince Russo. Maybe my video can be a little bit longer than the first one. I will divulge more into that lying bastard and that son of a bitch, and I'll compare to what he does to what you fucking do now. Because the only one I think that has fucking brains in your family, other than Stephanie, is your fucking son Shane, who's no longer in the company no more. But the only other one that's even related to your family is Hunter. But every time you overrule him, he likes ideas from other people, even outside people, and you fucking shit on him. Because you believe that you have final say. Vince, I swear, the person that's that actually gives advice to you, and you always downgrade and you insult his manhood on, would just super kick your fucking head off. Literally, I hope to God that the day comes where he has enough of your shit, and he just super kicks you. And he just beats the holy shit out of your ass. And put you in your fucking place where you belong, in the retirement home. Let real men and real wrestlers run companies that know what the fuck they're doing. And that's my rant, ladies and gentlemen. I'm running a little bit long on this. I apologize for running it long again, but I wanted to get my feelings out. I will divulge more on the product of WWE down the road. Hopefully, like I said, I want to bring in somebody along that route that will rant alongside me or against me, or bring on or can rant on this channel with me, because I would love that. I'm an open-minded person. I would love for another opinion to come on here, and I'm hoping that the one day, if I can get it done, to do a live reaction of Raw SmackDown, or a pay-per-view that I'm doing. There is one coming up that I may do coming up down the road. It's a Ring of Honor pay-per-view this Friday night. Like I said, this channel's for all wrestling, so I could do a live reaction of that, or some of other wrestling events coming up if I can get the time to do it, or figure out how I want to do it, since of copyright issues and everything. So I don't want to get in any trouble. I have this channel disconnected, but I will get back to you with the upcoming Vince Russo video, the follow-up to my first one. That will be coming, I promise. But I got to do more research before I do that, because I don't want to be wrong. I apologize for the delay on the third video and the Vince Russo follow-up, but I want to make sure the Vince Russo follow-up is absolutely perfect and accurate, because I don't want to be wrong. My first video was done right after I watched the first one, and I was able to remember. So I've been having all the other stuff I've been doing. I want to make sure that I'm accurate on the Vince Russo thing, but the follow-up video will be coming next. That'll be the very next rant I do. I promise you that, but I have to get the research done first before I can post it, so I'm not wrong. So I don't say something that's not wrong or not right. I want to be able to pay attention and do my homework. But I thank you all for your support so far that I've done for the first two videos. To my subscribers that I have, to everybody, I want to send a shout out to the Cryptic Gaming Network, Cryptic Gamer 417, Tyrone Magnus, Black and Fist, Desire, RVR. I wanted to send out a shout out to her. She's got a great vlog channel. You should check it out. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. I watch them almost every day. It's a great video site. If you want very good gaming, go to Cryptic Gamer 417 and Cryptic Gaming Network. If you want to see a man who does rants and is funny and hates John Cena as much as me, Tyrone Magnus is your boy. If you want to see a guy that does a lot of anime stuff and Toonami, go to Black and Fist. I mean, everything that I watch there is awesome. But I thank you all for the time. This is the third video, TLC rant and rants on the state of what I think of WWE is. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. You all have a pleasant morning on this rainy day and soggy morning. I will see you later on this week or later on today. Have a nice morning. I'm Hollywood Eric 86. Good night.